Well, good morning, welcome back to the vlog. You join me on the Syndicate again. I'm here with Harley today. He's just here for a quick day session. He's got a few things to do first thing in the morning, so he's going to be going later. I've also got my friend Chris coming down as well. He's just joined the Syndicate, so that'll be his first session on here, so that'll be nice to see him catch a fish. Yeah, I came down last week for a quick overnight session with Harley. He phoned me and asked me if I wanted to come and do a quick social session with him. So that was a bit of an off-the-cuff session, so I chucked the rods in the car and came down and did a quick night. But we actually fished the swims on the opposite bank to where I am now, on the toilet bank. It was a bit of a pub chuck really. I just chucked 3 rods out into the middle of the lake with the multi-rigs on. And bit of a quiet night, didn't have anything through the night. I was then packing my gear away in the morning because I had to be away early, and yeah, I was putting my left-hand rod away. Everything else was on the barra, and the right-hand rod ripped off. So yeah, it was a bit of a bonus. Had one of the little stockies out of here, little 18.5 mirror. So I'll put the footage of that on here now. Well, just came down here for one night. Just came down as more of a social really with Harley. So a little bit unexpected. Weather's been really cold and the pressure's really high at the minute. I mean, that was 1,040 yesterday. I was just packing my gear away. I was just bringing my rods in, and the right-hand rod ripped off. Just one of the little stockies from out of here, 18.5 But yeah, welcome all the same. So yeah, 5th fish of the year so far. Chuffed to bits with that. Lovely old job. Let's have a look at the other side. A few leeches on it as well, so like I said before, they're obviously holding up. Trail. Yeah, brilliant fishing for this time of year. So yeah, more to come hopefully. So yeah, that was a bonus. That was saved another walk of shame, another non-blank from here. So yes, five fish I've had over here so far this year. Harley's also been down again since, and he had a fish called the shoulders, which is a nice big common. I think it was just under 27 pound. I think that fish was only stocked a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's doing well. I think that went in at about 24, so or 23, something like that. So yeah, that's putting on the weight. As for this session, well, we got here the first thing this morning and it was forecast to rain, so I basically wanted to get the bivvy up and I got the rods and everything out first thing. So and as predicted, the heavens opened, so but it's now starting to ease off. It's actually only spitting a little bit now, and it looks like the sun's now starting to break through the clouds, so could be quite a nice day. The wind is blowing a west-southwesterly at the moment, and that's a bit chilly, so that's blowing straight into this bank. So I think what I'm going to do is I might just change my approach a little bit on this session. I'm still going to put one off on the bottom of the drop-off at 10 wraps, but I think what I'm going to do with the left-hand rod and the middle rod, I think I'm going to put them out into the middle of the lake. The fish that we've been having lately have all been quite badly leached up, so I think what they're doing now, I think they're just settling in the weed, and it is a little bit weedy out in the middle of the lake still, a bit of blanket weed on the bottom. It is dying off, but there's still a bit of weed out there, so I think what they're doing, they're moving out there and they're just settling down into the middle of the lake now. So yeah, I'm going to put 2 rods out long, keep one on the drop off, change my baiting approach a little bit on this session as well, so I'm going to show you in a little while how I've prepared my boilies for this session. And I'd also just like to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. You're all still in with a chance of winning the 5 kilo baitworks bait. I'm going to be announcing the winner of that next, well, in the next couple of weeks, and I'm also giving away a Carpy Connection t-shirt and some bucket stickers as well. And to add to the prize, I'm also going to be adding to it a tub of baitworks pineaphell pop-ups as well. So yeah, it's a nice little bit of a giveaway. So all you've got to do to be in with a chance of winning that is just subscribe to my channel, like this video, and just leave a comment in the comment section. Either just comment baitworks or leave a comment, whatever comment you want to leave. I've also been asked if I can show you a little bit more in depth on how I tie my multi-rig, so I've done a little bit of a sequence showing you how to tie the multi-rig properly. So I'll show you that in a little bit later. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get myself something to eat and make myself another coffee, and then I'll get back to you in a bit. So the bait I'm using on this session, I'm just going with the boilie approach again. I'm not using particle again this time of year, so yeah, I'm just sticking with the boilies. And I've just got some Atlantic heat with me today. Basically what I've done with that is I got some of the creamino liquid, and I got about 3 or 4 kilos of boilies out of the freezer and just put them in a bucket, and then just tipped about 1/3 of a bottle of the creamino liquid over the top, and put the lid back on and gave it a good shake around. The creamino liquid's like quite a thick consistency, and it really smells nice. It's got like a toffee sweet smell to it. So what that's done is coated the boilies. Then I've just left them in the shed for 3 or 4 days, going out every other day and just giving the bucket a good shake and making sure that all the liquid covers the boilies and soaks all into it. And then what that does, it just gives it a nice skin around the outside of the boilie and basically cures them. So yeah, that's what I'm using on this session. I haven't got any of the Monster Red with me basically because I've run out of it. So yeah, the Atlantic Heat is the one I'm using. I'm not really putting a lot out, to be honest. I'm not putting any on the long rods basically because of the wind, and I can't get them out there with the throwing stick. 22 wraps is a bit hard to reach with a throwing stick. So all I'm doing is I'm just fishing singles out there at the minute. But on the 10 wrap rod, which is at the bottom of the drop off, I've managed to get a few out there with the catapult. So yeah, not going too mad with the bait on this session. I've just seen Harley run out of his bivvy to his rods, so wherever he's Where he's in, yeah, he's into a fish. He just picked his rod up, he's into a fish. So yeah, I'm not going too mad with the bait on this session. Again, this time of year, I don't think the fish are feeding that hard really. The thing with the Atlantic heat or all the baitworks boilies is they're really soft consistency. So they're really easy for the fish to digest, especially this time of year. So yeah, a really good boilie to use this time of the year. So yeah, Harley's definitely into a fish. So I'll just turn the camera around. Well, Harley does it again. I think his rods have probably been about 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, he's definitely into a fish. So I think what I'm going to do now, it's about 12:30 now, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my rods in and I'm going to run around there and get some film of the fish. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit. So, well done Harley. Bit of a result there. He's just had a fish called the wood carving at £25. I think it's one of the original fish in here as well, so yeah, that's a bonus. I think he's had that one before, but that's one of the fish I haven't ever had out of here, so yeah, I wouldn't mind that on a day like today, especially because he's only here just for a day session, so yeah, he's done really well with that. As you can hear, the wind's really picking up now. I mean, that westerly wind's really hacking into this bank, so could be a good thing, but it's a little bit of a chilly wind, so not too cold, but it's got a bit of a chill to it, so yeah, can't be a bad thing, but it might not be a good thing. So so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just show you how I tie my multi-rig. I've had a few people ask me if I can go into depth of how I actually tie the rig, so I've made a couple of changes since last time, just focusing on this. So basically, when I showed you last time, I showed you I put a piece of shrink tube on there. But now what I'm going to start using is these rubber liner liners. These are the Deception angling ones. The reason I use these is because they're quite soft and they've got quite a nice bit of memory to them. So basically, when you put it in your rig box, shrink tube usually pulls out like that if you've got it in your rig box and got your braid tight in the rig box, and it basically stays like that when you take it out. With these soft rubber ones, they've got quite a bit of memory to them, so they do actually stay nice and they actually go back to the shape that they were. I also find them better to use on these because they're easier to take off. Once you've got a piece of shrink tube on there and you've shrunk it down, it's quite difficult to get off because it actually moulds itself around the eye of the hook and around the knot, so it's quite difficult to get off. But because these are nice and soft, you can actually slide these off, change the hook, and then basically slide them back up again. They are a little bit fiddly to get on, but yeah, I'm going to start using these on my multi-rigs now. Look a lot neater as well, so then you can trim them down nicely to whatever length you want them. So like I said, I've had a few people ask me, focus that in again, I've had a few people ask me how to show you how to tie the multi-rigs. So what I've actually done a video from home. It's a lot easier to do it from home than it is sat in the bivvy doing it. So what I'll do is I'll put that on now, and I hope you enjoy it. So the components I use for the multi-rig are the size 4 Deception Angling SWG hook, a rubber liner, a micro ring swivel, an anti-tangle sleeve, a 4mm soft rubber hook bead, 15 pound end trap soft, a size AAA Fox pop-up weight, a pair of braid scissors, a rig puller tool, a line stripper tool and a splicing needle. So firstly, take a nice sharp hook out the packet and just put that to one side, and then pull off about 18 inches of braid and leave it attached to the spool. Then take 4 inches of braid and double it over to form a loop. Put the eye end of the hook through the loop and hold it in place where you want the loop to come off the back of the hook. Pull the braid along the shank of the hook and place your fingers where you want the knot to be. I leave about 1/4 inch between the eye of the hook and the knot. Remove the hook and put it to one side, and slide your fingers about 1/2 inch either side of where you want the knot to be and tie an overhand loop in the middle. But don't pull the knot down tight at this stage. Pinch the end of the loop between your fingers and push it through the eye of the hook from the hook point side. Put the loop over the hook to check that you've left the loop long enough. Then pull the loop back over the hook and tighten the knot using the rig puller tool. Then trim the tang end off with the braid scissors. Place the micro ring swivel over the loop and pull it down to the eye of the hook. Put the soft rubber bead onto the splicing needle and then pull it onto the loop. Slide it down the loop until it reaches the micro ring swivel. Put the loop over the hook again and hold it where you want it to exit the hook. Then push the rubber bead up until it touches the hook, so hold the loop in place. Make sure the braid is equal so the micro ring swivel moves easily. Hold onto the rubber bead and pull the braid until the knot sits about 1/4 inch away from the eye. Leaving about 12 inches, cut the braid off the spool. Push the tag end of the braid through the fat end of the liner and slide it down to the knot. Work the liner onto the hook until it covers the eye. Neaten up the loop and reposition the rubber bead. I find that adding the liner makes the hook turn really aggressively, even without the weight of the hook bait. Push the tag end of the braid through the small tapered end of the anti-tangle sleeve and push it down the braid. Tie an overhand loop in the end of the braid. Wet the knot. And pull it tight using the rig puller tool. Then using the braid scissors just trim the tag end. Slide the anti-tangle sleeve up the braid until it covers the knot. It's your choice how long you want the rig. My starting point usually is about 7 inches. Hold the hook and straighten everything up so it's nice and neat and aligned with the hook. Using the stripper tool, strip about 1/4 inch of coating to allow movement beneath the line aligner. Place the AAA Fox pop-up weight onto the line. And pull the rubber tubing into the weight until it is flush with one end. Trim the tag end of the rubber tubing flush with the pop-up weight. Slide the pop-up weight to your chosen position depending on how high you want the rig to sit off the lake bed. And lastly, steam the rig straight to take out any kinks in the braid and to straighten it out nicely. So that's how I tie my multi-rig. It's not too difficult to do. Once you've tied a few, they become quite easy. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that video, and it gives you a bit of an insight how I tie my multi-rig. That's the rig I've been using all this year. Used it quite a bit last year as well. If you've been following my vlogs, you'll know that I've had a few fish out of here already this year on that rig. So it's going to be my go-to rig, I think, for the rest of the year. And it's quite a versatile rig as well. Like I said, I use it on the helicopter setup. I'm using the soft at the moment. I sometimes use the 30-pound stiff or the semi-stiff braid, but I'm actually going to use the soft on these ones at the moment because I'm fishing over a little bit of weed out when I'm fishing long. And like I said before, that drop off, there's quite a few little rocks and stones at the bottom of there, so if it's too stiff a material, then it can kick up off whatever you're fishing over, and it can stick up. So I'm using the soft just to give it a bit of a layer on the bottom. So but I think it still kicks away nicely, especially if you've got the anti-tangle sleeves on them. It tends to kick it away a bit nicer. So so yeah, wind's really picking up again now. So what I think I'm going to do, when I bought the rods in earlier, the 2 long rods, I think they were sitting on some old dead weed out there, and the pop-ups really stunk, even though they'd only been out there a few hours. It really stunk. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put two rods on the drop-off again. I did have one rod on 10 wraps at the bottom of the drop-off, but now I'm going to put 2 on there again. I think I'm going to put one 10 wraps and one 9.5 wraps, and the left-hand rod I'm just still going to punt that out to the middle somewhere. Just do a bit of a pub chuck on that, and hopefully that'll land on a nice clear spot. So I think that's what I'm going to do now, is I'll just get these wrapped up again and get them out. So I'll get back to you in a bit. Well, I was just in about to put the rods out, just about to step out the bivvy and get the rods out and get them wrapped up and get back on the spots again, and Harley's just phoned me. He's just had another fish. So what I'm going to do first is, before the rod's out again, I want to just go around and get some footage of that. I think it's only one of the little stockies. He said it's a 19-pound mirror. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll go around and get some footage of that, and I'll come back and get my rods out again. So I'll get back to you in a bit. dark now, as you can probably see. So 25 past 6 now, so and that wind's dropped as well, so that got really windy earlier, really windy, and that was quite cold as well. But yeah, it's dropped now. So, but I think we're due a lot of rain tonight. I think it's due to start raining at about 11, and then I think it's going to rain right through till the morning. So, but I've got some stew on the go. I'm going to have myself some tea, and then I'm probably going to find something on my tablet to watch and get in my bag, I think. But yeah, it's been a quiet day apart from the 2 fish Harley had. He's gone now. He went about an hour and a half ago. So yeah, it was nice to see him have a couple of fish for the camera. But I did see a fish crash out a little while ago, just as it started getting dark, about 10 wraps past my 10 wrap spot. So I brought that rod in and I just clouted it over there and got it straight on top where I see the fish show. So hopefully they're still in the area and they'll pick that bait up. So if you don't hear any more from me in the night, I'll see you in the morning. So we're coming at the end of the session now. Got all the gear packed away, just got to put the rods away. So yeah, looking like a blank. So well, I've had a good year so far, so I can handle a blank every now and again. But the yeah, the lake's looking pretty bang on at the minute, and it's not too cold this morning now. So like I say, it's quite still, but the wind is now starting to pick up a little bit. But yeah, shame I've got to go home really. It looks like today could be the day for a good bite. So. But there you go, still enjoy being here, and I'll probably be back in a couple of weeks' time. I've got a few things to do next week, so I won't be back next week. So hope you enjoyed the vlog. Just like to thank everybody who's subscribed to my channel. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and you'll be notified of any new vlogs that I upload. And also don't forget to check out our Facebook group, which is Carpy Connection, our Instagram page, which is Carpy Connection. And we've now got a Twitter page as well, which is @Carpy Connection. So give them a look and give us a follow. Appreciate that. And also don't forget that I'm still giving away 5 kilo of baitworks boilies, a Carpy Connection t-shirt and some bucket stickers. And I'm also adding in now a tub of pineapple pop-ups. So to be in with a chance with that, just all you've got to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and just leave a comment in the comments section. I'll be doing the draw in a couple of weeks' time, so I look forward to doing that. I'm also going to be giving away some other stuff as well later on next month, and throughout the year I'll be just doing a few little giveaways, just to thank everybody for following my channel and supporting me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the rods and everything away. I'll just turn the camera around so you can see the lake. Just going to get the rods away. I've got all the gear under my boilie here. I always bring a little boilie with me for this very purpose, for when it's wet, just to cover all the gear up when I'm packing it away. Got the barrow over there again, as you can see. Us with the rain last night, it's really muddy again, so I'm never going to get the barrow through there. So yeah, all I'm going to do now, just pack the gear away, get the rods away, and get back to the car. It's probably going to take me a couple of trips, so get through all this mud again, so I'll do 2 or 3 trips to get back to the car. So what I'll say now is thanks very much again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the vlog, and until next time, be lucky.